Welcome to Roundhouse Roulette, a Walker, Texas Ranger podcast. I'm Evan Dalton, here with my brother Adam and our elf from another shelf, Mr. Bob Leahy. What's new, guys?
Not much, man. Just getting ready to partake in some jolly follies.
Yeah, some holiday goodies.
Well, jingle bells. Thank you all for joining us on our very first Roundhouse Roulette holiday special. And if our episodes were not dictated by roulette, we'd be able to pick out one of the handful of Walker Christmas episodes to recap. Unfortunately, fate has saved those for another day. That said, this year alone, we have covered The Covenant, where Walker single-handedly stopped a gang war on Christmas Eve, and more recently, Safe House, where CD recounts an undercover sting in which he was disguised as a Santa Claus. Ever the resourceful Ranger, CD even handcuffed the perp with his Santa beard. We may forewarn that neither of those episodes had much else to do with the holidays, but with Walker, Texas Ranger, would you really want it any other way? So what do we have in store for you? All in due time, Walker writes. All in due time. First, though, join us as we pull up a stool at CD's Bar and Grill, where a holiday cocktail awaits to help us kick off the festivities and put some much-needed hair on our chests. Fancy meeting you guys here. Happy holidays. What's shaking?
Ho, ho, ho.
Well, are you guys familiar with the Moscow Mule?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Very refreshing drink. Ginger beer, vodka, and lime, I think, right?
Sure.
Yeah, something like that.
They put like mint or something on it. Or that's a mojito. I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, there are a bunch of different kind of mules. I think mule with a ginger beer and rum is dark and stormy. The Moscow Mule is with vodka, but yeah.
Just a modern mixologist over there, aren't you?
I like to change it up.
Do you make your own bitters?
Yeah. Do you meddle your own herbs?
I'm sensing a little bitterness from you, Evan. So,
Ooh.
I have plenty of holiday bitterness, that's for sure. Well, it seems that even CD has jumped onto the mule craze, perhaps 5 years too late. And not to be outdone, he's presented us with his Texican mule recipe. If you folks at home would like to imbibe along with us, we encourage you to do so responsibly.
Most definitely.
The recipe is available on this week's episode page at roundhouseroulette.com. As the resident mixologist, Adam, do you want to walk us through the ingredients?
I would love to. This recipe for the Texican Mule takes 2 ounces of tequila blanco, half an ounce of Control orange liqueur, half an ounce of lime juice, and 4 ounces of your favorite ginger beer. And as a garnish, a lime wedge, and this is, I think, where it really steps up a notch, is the jalapeno slices for garnish. Now, I know what you're thinking.
Yeah, isn't this just a Mexican mule?
Yeah. Well, let me let you in on CD's secret Texas twist. Okay? You guys ready?
Got? Yeah.
Ice cubes forged from a sustainable source deep under Chuck Norris's Lone Star Ranch in Navasota, Texas. Yes, we are using Seaforce water ice cubes for this drink. How long did yours take to freeze, guys?
Days.
Yeah. Weeks.
Yeah, I broke several ice trays trying to make these.
Yeah, you put the water in the ice cube trays, and then you open it up later, and everything's just shattered.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. My freezer will never be the same, for sure.
It took a beating.
But as we mentioned previously, Chuck Norris's latest business venture is the bottled water game. Their website states that Seaforce doesn't flow from the ground. It bursts from an artisan aquifer with the same unharnessed power and intensity you'd expect from Chuck Norris's roundhouse kick.
Well, I guess that's one way to put the Tex in Max. I'm sure it'll make a big difference to the taste, though.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure of it. I might add that we are not sponsored in any way by Seaforce Water, but Chuck, if you're listening,
Well, as CD's currently undercover as a mall Santa in a Pope bubble this year. Can you act as our mixologist, Bob?
Yeah, I think I could do that. I just realized I forgot the ginger beer. Hold on.
Now, yeah, I will say we have some early intel. I made one for Marie, and she took a sip before I came downstairs.
Does she have hair on her chest?
I'm not sure what the aftermath was.
Okay. All right.
She did say there's a lot going on.
I have to get a post-mortem on that.
Yeah.
So let's get started, right?
All right.
So first thing we want to do, we want to take a copper mug or a tumbler.
In this case, I have a special insulated Yeti tumbler, which is perfect for this task.
That looks really nice.
Wow. That really was kind of a flex, bro. Official Yeti?
Yeah, man, I got it for a contribution I made to Trout Unlimited.
What the hell is that? It's like
they're a
trout?
nonprofit that restores and protects our fresh water out there, which I think is pretty appropriate for Seaforce water here.
Interesting. Okay, well, I was thinking they like mailed you a trout every month or something like that.
Trout of the Month Club.
If they sent me a trout of the month for like 3 months of the year, that would be more trout than I've ever caught in my life. So there you go.
Okay, well, I've got copper mug.
I don't. I have a glass because I'm not Mr. Moneybags over here with fancy alloys.
Yeah, okay.
And I have this bowl with 3 prepared ice cubes.
Nice.
Chuck Norris ice cubes.
They've begun to melt.
I like the fact that we are literally taking ice cubes from underneath Chuck Norris's ranch and putting them into this drink. So
These come from his aquifer, so it stands to reason, like when he's out there in the bush and, he can't find a place to go, he might contribute a bit to the aquifer, so it's possible.
Even if he just has a septic system with a leach field, it eventually all gets in there. So I'm feeling pretty good about it, yeah.
oh my gosh.
I'd say our next step is
Taste
tequila.
greatness.
It does taste a little ammonia to this ice.
It's quite astringent.
So it says, what was the tequila? 2 ounces. Is a shot an ounce or is a shot 2 ounces?
I think a shot is 1.5 ounces. So
2 shots? Is what you're saying?
do as you will. Yeah, 2.
I feel like my glass isn't big enough, but all right, let's do this. Next up, Cointreau. What do we got? Half an ounce. Smells like orange peels. So I've got a fresh bit of lime here. I'm going to squeeze that in next. So the lime juice has made this very hazy. Here comes the ginger beer.
Now, we are all using the same type of ginger beer here.
Yeah, we didn't make our own. It looks like bath water at this point. I'm going to say that.
Yeah, most good drinks do.
Well, it's made from Chuck Norris's gray water, so there you go.
We're ready to garnish. We'll put that
Ooh.
lime wedge and a jalapeno slice. I only did one because I'm afraid. And I cut out all the spicy parts of it, too.
I left that stuff in there. I'm going to just go
I've
with it.
got seeds floating around in mine.
Yeah, yours is going to be much warmer.
All right, you guys all ready to try this beast?
Here we go. Down the old hatch.
Just chug the whole thing.
Okay. I got the tequila for sure, and a little fruitiness.
I got a little tingle of heat on my upper lip from the jalapeno.
Yeah, I probably could have done more spice in mine.
I think I'm detecting a little bit of, hold on. Yes, I'm detecting some minerals from Texas limestone aquifer.
Oh my gosh.
Is that what that is? There is something, yeah.
It's a rich, chalky, but not in a bad way.
Yeah, and I think my cracked tooth is actually starting to reform.
There you go. Yeah, that might be some of the calcium from the limestone deposits.
That's Seaforce, man.
Seaforce. It's the real deal.
He's got a great product.
What am I going to do with the rest of this jalapeno? I guess I'll just eat it like an apple.
Like Trevette.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those are special habaneros from Sonora. You don't want to do that.
You can't tell him much. Well, that was a definitely interesting drink. I'm savoring this one.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little heat. I could smell the jalapeno, too.
I'm on a Zoom call, but I feel like I'm in Texas. Good job, CD. Good job.
Yeah, it's a hearty mix. It'll keep you warm in the winter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now that we're all muled up, when we come back, we'll dig into the latest Walker news and each discuss our favorite and least favorite holiday songs. Because you all want to know that. Later on in the show, we'll do our first Walker Texas Ranger holiday gift swap, where each of us combed eBay for one of the other guys. That should also get interesting. And who knows, we may even have something for you at the end, too. So don't you dare go away. Well, how about it, guys? Do you have any noteworthy holiday Walker news?
Well, for anyone doing a Christmas rewatch of Die Hard this year, which features Walker's own Clarence Gilliard, you may be interested to know that he was born on Christmas Eve.
Wow.
We'd like to wish him a happy birthday and hope he was able to bail out of the exploding excavator in the recent Die Hard car battery commercial in time to enjoy the holidays.
For sure.
Now, I stumbled across this and was kind of dumbfounded. Let's do a group watch of this video, and then we can kind of discuss.
The hell was that?
What did I just watch? Building tanks? What is this?
Yeah.
Well,
What did we just see? What did you guys just see?
Yeah.
so we just watched a movie. It was a 4-minute advertisement for some online game called World of Tanks. And I know that they've had like Arnold Schwarzenegger do ads for them or something like that, I think. But this one, I'm not even going to say it featured Chuck Norris, I guess. He kind of crashed the party at the end there.
Yeah, it was like you were watching like a almost Hallmark Christmas movie at the North Pole or something for about 5 minutes. And then all of a sudden they show like a cat up in a giant Christmas tree in this holiday world. And the cat is stuck up there. And all of a sudden, all the Christmas music stops. And you get this kind of like dad rock guitar riff. And
There's a tank, I guess.
no, it's like what was he driving? It was like a
It's like a Bronco. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that was what was confusing. I saw the truck and I could only assume it was going to be Chuck Norris in it. It was like an old school Bronco just comes barreling through the woods.
I would say flying. It jumps
Like
off the hill,
flying,
right? Yeah.
I think we first see it when it's airborne.
And it kind of dispels any sentimental Christmas feeling that they had been painting for the last 4 minutes, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Chuck Norris kind of gets out and it's kind of like, haha, it's me. And
He's wearing his classic cowboy hat and like a khaki jacket or something like that. But underneath it, he's got the Christmas Fair Isle sweater. So you know it's a Christmas video.
yeah. And he sees a situation going on with a cat stuck up in the Christmas tree. And he's like, I think I can remedy this situation. So I'm assuming he went off camera and got a tank.
Yeah.
Real quick, just scoop one up.
Yeah. And he lifts the barrel of the tank up, aiming it at the cat. And I'm like, is he going to just blast this cat into smithereens or what? It was kind of a weird juxtaposition because you're still reeling from, wait, I thought I was watching a Hallmark Christmas movie. And now there's Chuck Norris. And now he has a tank and he's about to blow away a cat. But no, like,
Where's his Christmas virtue?
where's this going? And so it's almost like not close enough to the cat. So Chuck Norris gets underneath the tank and literally lifts up a full-size army tank on his back. Granted, he was grunting. And he gets the barrel of the tank up right to the cat. And the cat slides down the barrel of the tank to safety, which is Chuck Norris's adoring arms.
Mm-hmm.
He whispers a few sweet nothings to the cat, too, right?
He thinks we don't hear, but we do.
And then he says, "Welcome, we're ready for you." And I guess it has to do with holiday operations for that video game World of Tanks. Chuck Norris is the master of ceremonies this year, and they even have him in the video game that you can be Chuck Norris. And they have his video game rendering is the same as his live rendering in the commercial with the awesome Christmas sweater.
It's pretty good. Yeah, I would say this advertisement just completely epitomizes a company that has way too much like money to throw at an advertising campaign, but they don't realize that they should actually pay someone to write something that makes sense. Instead, they just made something that looked really good, and then they paid to get a guest star on it.
But yeah, they kind of buried the lead there. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you thought you were watching like a Hallmark movie. A lot of people probably press stop on that.
I wasn't sure if it was CGI or not, to be honest.
I would have pressed stop, but I didn't have that option.
Yeah.
Well, there's actually a whole Screen Rant interview with Chuck Norris about him being in this video game for the holiday season, which I can't believe there's any Chuck Norris related holiday news. I was not expecting that to happen for 2020 here, but 2020 is throwing surprises here left and right, and this is one of them.
Well, we just we're turning our podcast into an advertisement for World of Tanks, apparently.
World of Tanks. Is this like a video, like a cell phone game?
They say it's free to play on a PC, so I am not going to be playing it because I hate video games. So let's just, So in the interview, they're like, "Why did you choose our video game out of all the other video games?" And what do you say, Evan?
This is clearly not Chuck Norris talking. He says, "As you know, I served in the armed forces, so World of Tanks is a sort of kindred spirit to me. And it's, quote, not your typical military shooter. It's one where you need to strategize to secure the victory. Also, the game features an enormous amount of armored vehicles from various nations and eras and provides a great amount of detail on the history of tank building. You can tell the guys behind the game are extremely passionate about history, especially when it comes to military vehicles, and it's clearly reflected in everything they do." It's clearly reflected that was not Chuck Norris talking.
You think his publicist wrote that up and got the okay from the man upstairs?
I think World of Tanks sent it along to him, and he just gave it the okay. That's what I think happened.
Oh, my gosh.
But he does look pretty awesome in this Fair Isle turtleneck sweater with reindeer on it.
Yeah,
and a
smiling
cowboy hat.
with his cowboy hat, looking at a laptop computer. Just the fact that this sponsorship gave us that picture of Chuck Norris, I'd say it was worth it.
Well, I'm looking into this. This is not the first time Chuck Norris has dabbled into video games. Back in 2008, he jumped aboard, I think, when Chuck Norris was really taking off as a viral sensation.
Yeah.
And there was a mobile game that came out called Chuck Norris Bring On the Pain, which was available on multiple platforms, including, and this will date it, Blackberries. Prior to that, 1983, Zonox released a video game called Chuck Norris Super Kicks.
For what system?
For Atari.
Oh, wow. I mean, that might be worth the purchase right there.
Yeah, 1983. I guess it was later sold as Kung Fu Super Kicks when the license for use of his name expired. So he's been dabbling in the video game market since kind of the dawn of video games. So I guess we shouldn't really be questioning things.
Yeah, like I said, though, I'm just surprised there was any Chuck Norris 2020 holiday news at all. So
yeah, it is kind of insane. All right, well, being that all three of us are musicians of sorts, we thought it would be fun to create a holiday playlist with our picks for best and worst holiday songs.
So my feeling on Christmas songs is really based on my work in retail as a younger man.
That's one surefire way to kill Christmas music for you in the rest of your life.
The worst song is easy for me. But the best song is kind of like the least worst song. Or, like Christmas is always very sentimental. So I think certain songs take you to certain places. And so there's some there that are okay. So favorite first?
Sure.
So this is pretty lame, but Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. Something about that guitar part in the intro.
Oh, yeah.
And I think
the guitar
it was,
playing on that is perfect, man. It's so good.
So by Brenda Lee. And that was in Home Alone?
Home Alone.
Yeah.
Home Alone for sure.
So there's something there for me, like that connection.
Yeah.
When you're a little kid. So yeah, that's just like the one that annoys me the least. And
yeah, a growly sax solo. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
I think that the odds of a solo like that coming out of those times is so low. Whenever it's like a good solo, you're like, all right.
That is a good one. I've always wanted to learn that guitar part on there because it's perfect.
It's classic. So for my worst, I'm going to go to Sir Paul McCartney.
I thought you might do that.
Yep. Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And I don't know why I hate this so much, but I do have a problem with a lot of otherwise, famous musicians who just did some random original Christmas song. Like I don't like the John Lennon song. I don't like, there's like a U2 does one. I think Bruce Springsteen even has one, right?
What about Tom Petty?
I heard that actually recently, for maybe not the first time, but the first time I was thinking like this. Not good. Yeah. So this one just might be the worst. Just the melody, everything about it, just really.
And the annoying synth line.
Oh, God.
Boom, 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 boom. Ugh.
And I didn't know until, I don't know when this came out, but there's a remake of it. And I'm sure I heard it in the grocery store because it's the only place I'm going to hear this type of music. I'm not subjecting myself to this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I think this one has earned so much vitriol because it really is such an earworm. Hearing you mention it, all I could think is all I can think of.
Paul McCartney, he's a master of the earworm. He's in a band named after insects, so obviously he's good with worms. That tracks, right?
Yeah, it really checks out for sure.
Well, I think my favorite Christmas song is Charles Brown, Merry Christmas, Baby. You guys know that one?
Merry Christmas, baby. Sure did treat me right. That one?
Is it that one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the 12/8 kind of bluesy.
Now I'm living in paradise.
It's so lazy.
Yeah, it's also like barely about Christmas.
The way he sings is so kind of laid back, maybe a little bit slimy, but it's great. And then the whole band is just really laid back, very sparse. The piano is noodling throughout the whole thing, and you get a few little boom shots of electric guitar shot in there. It's good. And like you say, it's like you go back to the ones that are sentimental and put you in the Christmas mood and don't make you think that the song's a cash grab, even though it probably was. You know what I mean? It is a Christmas song here. But the ones that don't instantaneously make you think that the person singing it was just looking to fill up his Christmas stocking with cash, those are the ones that make good Christmas songs to me. And this one's so chill. It just sets a good vibe, and you're just like sitting by the fire, enjoying the evening. You could listen to that all night.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, if you change the words very slightly, it's not a Christmas song. That's kind of what I like about it.
It's essentially, it's a blues, a Christmas blues.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel cliche. I'm curious to see if you'll choose this one, Evan, but this song I hate so much.
I was hoping you'd pick this one.
And it's the complete opposite of this song. You know, it literally sounds like a cash grab for Christmas cash in fake sentimental scenes. I'm talking about, of course, Christmas Shoes by the band New Song. Oh my gosh. The first time I heard this song, I was on a bus in Lowell, and they were playing Christmas tunes, and
Was it almost Christmas time?
It was almost Christmas time. And I was sitting on the bus, and no one was paying attention to the radio blaring over the speakers. People had headphones in, but I didn't. And this song came on, and I'm like, no one gives a crap about this song on the bus, and no one should care about this song in real life either. It's so terrible. For people who don't know this song, congratulations that you've gotten this far in life without hearing this song. But
You should bleep out the name so that no one can even look it up if they don't know.
he has like a really annoying, almost like Creed style singing, but he's a Christian artist, so he does it with a little less
Edge.
yeah. And he's like, it was almost Christmas time. And he's like talking about standing in line and not wanting to be there. And you're like, yeah, I kind of don't want to be listening to this song either. I get the feeling. And he's there in line, and this kid wants these shoes. And they go into describing the kid as being poor. He can't afford these shoes. And the guy's like, me not wanting to be in line and having money to buy stuff for my family is really put in perspective by this fake kid who wants to buy these shoes for his dying mom before she meets Jesus tonight.
Wasn't this a movie?
Oh my gosh, I forgot they made it into a movie too.
Yeah, they turned it into a made-for-TV movie as well.
Yeah.
It sounds like a toddler wrote the lyrics, first of all, too. You know what I mean? It's like, it literally is like, well, then they'll do this, then they'll do this, then they'll do this. So it's not about the melody. It's about cramming in the plot lines for this fake scene to try to draw on your heartstrings. And maybe I don't have a heart. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why it didn't touch me.
Clearly.
But it was just gross. It's just like, really, they're trying too hard, and then the over emotional singing of trying to get you into the song is like taking you out of the song. And then you're like, wait a minute, the guy who is singing the song is trying to tell me this fake story about a kid who wants to buy shoes for his dying mom to make her look good for Jesus. And you're like, well, Jesus doesn't care what you look like. She doesn't need fancy shoes. You know what I mean? The song's gross. Okay, so the song's gross. It's already gross, and the chorus is gross. You think it can't get any worse. And then at the end, they make it even longer by having a children's choir sing the chorus at the end.
Yep.
To extend it even further into hell.
Children's choir, classic Christmas song move.
So only like a few decades ago, all advertising was cheery, upbeat, energetic. And then some asshole decided, oh, I can actually sell things by making people feel sad.
Exactly.
And thus began the rise of something called sadvertising, which is pretty much every sentimental advertisement out there that's meant to tug at your heartstrings. This song is the Christmas song equivalent of sadvertising. It is put out there strictly to make you feel like crap and buy the record.
Yeah, or, pretty much you're like, oh, you know what? I do have it pretty good. At least I've got shoes. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. This song just grates on me every time I hear it.
I'd never even heard about this until I was actually working in Nashville, that Radio Shack.
Oh, no, did they
Christmas.
play it there?
No, they didn't even play it there. The guy I worked for, the manager of that store, actually really liked it. And he put it on. He put on the video, found it on on demand or something. And I'm like, what is this? So he's like, oh, you've never seen this? It's great. I'm like,
maybe even worse than the children's singers is the bridge. When he amps up his singing, he's like, I caught a glimpse of heaven's love. Yeah. And you're like, whoa.
Yep.
You know, though, there's in the Venn diagram, or if there's two things like Walker and this song, I bet a lot of people like them both, right? I don't think we're in that.
Yeah,
but I think so too.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
It does, honestly, it does have kind of the plot of a Walker episode, honestly. Walker could have been in line. You know?
It's true.
So should we flip this to your best now? Is now this your favorite?
Obviously, I've listened to this song. I've been trying to understand it. I apologize if this is your favorite song, but maybe you can reach out to us and try to make me understand why this is a good song. I'm open.
Good luck.
See if you can turn my cold, cold heart. What do you got, Evan?
Well, I've gone back and forth quite a bit here, and I've noticed that you guys have both gone with sort of non-traditional favorite songs, and so I guess I'll stray away from what I normally would pick as my favorite Christmas song, which is "Oh Holy Night." Just really like the chord progression and melody in that. It's a beautiful song. But instead, I will go with a more contemporary track that, interestingly, does not come off of a holiday record or EP. This is actually a song called Celebrate Me Home off of an album by the same name. It's Kenny Loggins' debut album.
Deep cut. I like it.
And the song is awesome. The song starts out pretty slow, but builds pretty awesome.
And it's a Christmas song that was on his debut album?
It's about being home for the holidays.
It's a weird drum beat. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, he's got some kind of Michael McDonald falsetto going on in there, you know?
Yeah, it's his debut solo album, 1977. He's like peak form, peak yacht rock.
Yeah,
So it's the closest we'll get to a real yacht rock Christmas song. So.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad they left the Pooh Corner stuff out of that one. So.
Oh, yeah, he hadn't gone for that cash grab yet.
Oh, man. So what else do you like about it?
I love songs that build to something in the end. I like songs that have a lot of intricate sort of pieces that come together, lots of different parts, and this song has it all.
I love how they build it up and then they pull it back. Then
Oh,
they
yeah.
just have
Yeah. Well, it builds back up again at the end with like a chorus and everything. Oh, it's awesome. So good.
Excellent.
Good song. Now, bad songs. There are so many bad songs because many holidays started with the best of intentions, but rapidly turned into commercial enterprises. And Christmas is like the granddaddy of them all.
Yeah.
And we could spend hours talking about the worst Christmas songs out there, and we haven't even scratched the surface here.
Well, we're trying just a little baby steps.
I didn't even think of songs like Jingle Bells, like you shoot me in the face. Rather than listening to Jingle Bells, like I'd rather have you shoot me in the face.
Well, yeah, I mean, there are honorable mentions. I think Dominic the Christmas Donkey, ridiculously dumb. And then there's also Santa Baby, which is Santa Baby's just like really disgusting and gross.
Was that the Santa Baby coming down the chimney tonight?
Yeah, it's like if Marilyn Monroe sang a Christmas song.
More like Betty Boop.
Yeah. We don't need to hear
Like
anybody ever do that again.
Super gross. Although, Bob, I did like your version. It was good.
I've been working on it.
Yeah, nice.
Last year, there's all that controversy with Baby It's Cold Outside. Because everyone's like in the Me Too movement.
Yeah.
Do we even want to joke about somebody being Mickey'd or anything like that? So John and I did a duet of it at our bluegrass brunch.
It's nice.
Yeah, we're trying to turn it around here.
That's the only way you can save it.
Yeah, I think so.
Of course, it's not really about like a Me Too thing. It's more of like a consent thing. So it could go either way.
Yeah.
So I don't think you really helped anything by that.
Yeah, I don't think that song's salvageable.
No, I mean, like, 'cause, that you could be like, well, they were flirting and, that was part of the chase, She was complicit or he was complicit.
Yeah, right.
So the question is, at what point does it stop playing hard to get?
Right.
Well, my pick for worst Christmas song is devoid of any form of sexuality. It is, in fact, I guess, traditional-ish Christmas song, in that it dates back before the other songs we've picked, but definitely it's a more contemporary song than you'd find in your hymnal or anything like that. But this is The Little Drummer Boy.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah.
I will tell you right now that this song is the dumbest Christmas song. And I'll also tell you, it's been done by some great artists, including Ray Charles.
Dude, his version is amazing, though.
No, he still
sucks.
can't make the song good.
No, I love
Ray Charles
that version.
did not make the song good.
Dude, he
I'm
grooves
sorry.
it.
I'm
Have
sorry.
you heard that version, Bob?
Yeah. It's still the same bad song.
It's a horrible song.
I
it's so
like
bad.
that.
In
It's
fact,
so
it makes
dumb.
me feel bad for him for recording it.
Right. Right. It's like, why couldn't he have done that to any other Christmas song? And then to top it off, my wife watched a YouTube video of Leslie Odom Jr., who's one of the more talented singers out there today, singing Little Drummer Boy with like a full choir and everything behind him. And it's like, if they'd picked any other song, it'd be great. But the song is so dumb that they can't even make it sound good.
Ba-rum-pum-pum-pum.
Why do you think it's dumb?
Two things. One, it makes no sense.
Dude, you like Rush songs, dude. Those songs don't make any sense if you're going lyrically.
They make all the sense in the world.
Come on.
You just have to read Ayn Rand books.
And two, I think the addition of onomatopoeia to any song is stupid.
But you don't like the parappa-pum-pum?
No, I don't. I hate that so much. What absolutely crazy, depraved songwriter decided, I'll write a Christmas song about a drummer boy? And I think it's mostly because like the 12 Days of Christmas had, was it 12 drummers drumming or something? So like, oh, we gotta have a Christmas drummer on this. So certainly a drummer came to visit the baby Jesus in the manger and played his drum for a sleeping baby to soothe it. And it went ba-ra-pa-pum-bum.
Yeah, if anything is going to soothe the crying baby, it's a drum.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
I got you there. I kind of tracked that, but I still hold that I dig Ray Charles' version of that song.
You've been voted out.
But his song from Christmas Vacation is pretty classic, though.
Oh,
yeah, actually. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's my first place when my head went when we were talking about this. I was like,
Yeah.
what's in Christmas Vacation?
It comes from the same record. He does a version of Little Drummer Boy.
Yeah, no thanks.
Well, now that we've certainly offended you by tearing apart some of your holiday favorites, when we come back, we'll partake in our very first Walker Texas Ranger gift swap. Well, welcome back. We thought it'd be fun to do a little Secret Santa this year, but as we're all in different location, secret identities are hard to keep. Also, we should mention there are only 3 of us.
It's kind of tough that way, yeah.
Yeah.
We're not nearly as covert or on the nose as a CD in a Santa suit. So instead, we drew names out of a hat and tasked each other to send a Walker Texas Ranger gift, of which none of us know what ridiculous contents lie in store for us. Are you guys ready to do this?
Let's do it.
I've been waiting for this moment for all my life.
Well, I went last in the song category, and we'll say that we truly have been waiting for this package, which I'm holding right now, for quite some time. It claims that it was shipped a week and a half ago.
Yeah, I kind of find that hard to believe.
And you got it today?
Yeah. Now, it did come from Boca Raton, Florida, so...
And it came via the post office, so this time of year.
It's very true. They're handling a lot of Christmas cards. Okay, so I'm gonna describe this like one of my favorite new developments in the last couple of years has been the rise of the online unboxing video.
Oh, no.
Do you have like 6 cameras and different angles? And
Yeah, I think they're hilarious. Or the best ones are ones where it's just like a video of someone's hands opening something. But yeah, so I'm going to treat this like an unboxing video.
Yeah. Discuss the quality of the packaging, the build quality.
Absolutely.
I expect it to be less than stellar.
All right, so right off the bat, I've got this Secret Santa gift. It comes from Bob, and it's in a United States Postal Service Priority Mail flat rate envelope. Now, this is one of those cardboard envelopes, which you might say is a bit flimsy, and it was raining outside today. But that being said, the Postal Service does seem to have done its job, and it is undamaged, unscathed by the weather. Also, you notice that the person who packaged it has used some packaging tape around the seal to make sure that it doesn't accidentally open. I'm really excited about this. Been waiting for quite some time, and let's open it up and get right into it. Okay, so I'm gonna grab the tab here. And I'm
Let's
just going
hear
to
it,
pull
Rip.
here, and now this should just... Oh, yep. Now it's just... Can you hear that? It's just opening up. Very nice. Very smooth. Open. Smooth release. And this has a flap up here, and I'm opening it. Now, this is a flat envelope, and okay, what we have inside here seems to be some paper, and the paper is bound by some brads. It's also been packaged with this piece of cardboard here
so it
to
didn't bend.
keep it from bending. Okay. Oh my! Now what we have here is what appears to be some form of a facsimile of the Rainbow Warrior script. And I will say that it has a color photocopied cover here, and it does not disappoint. Now, Rainbow Warrior being a episode that we actually covered as part of this podcast not that long ago, and it appears to be signed, but it's actually just a photocopy of the signatures.
Yeah. Because that's so much better than if it just wasn't fake signed.
Right. The best part is that the back of that paper, it's got Doku Guard special security features for the type of paper. So it's like the paper behind it is like a special type of paper.
So it's the Rainbow Warrior script?
This appears to be the Rainbow Warrior script. Okay, fade in. Okay, so this is, if you recall, this episode started with...
I can play it in my head.
Sort of, inexplicably, a guy shouting and dancing around a fire. Okay, and we kind of referred to it as, I don't know, we didn't understand what was going on, but if we had the script, we'd know.
Yes.
Okay, first off, they call this the teaser, so we're learning a lot here. The teaser is,
okay.
I guess, before the credits.
Sure.
Fade in, Cherokee Reservation, Oklahoma, prairie, night. Panning across the seemingly endless sea of grass to a small frame house with several pickup trucks parked in front of it.
Naturally.
Most of the pickups are old, but there's a newer one we've seen before. Walker's. Walker's voice. Cheryl, I can't tell you how sorry I am. ... We angle past Walker's pickup, tightening to a black wreath on the front door of the house. Cut to the interior of Cheryl's house. Night. Walker. Standing in a group that includes Trevette, Uncle Ray, and Cheryl Yellowhawk, a bereaved yet strong Cherokee woman. Nearby are several more members of the tribe. Everyone speaks in low, respectful tones. Cheryl. Thank you, Washoe, and thanks for coming to say goodbye to my dad. She moves on to another group of mourners. Walker turns to Trevette and Uncle Ray. Walker. Seems like it was just yesterday. Charlie telling me my place wasn't here but out in the world. Uncle Ray. He was a wise chief. 3 Feathers understood not only people but the spirits as well. Trevette. I'm sorry I didn't get to know him before he died. Walker. I'm sorry too, but at least you'll meet his son. Billy Grey Eagle's one of the good guys.
Do they
Trevette.
have the joke about the Indian being late?
Yep, Trevette checking his watch. And one of the late ones, too. Uncle Ray, I see I'm going to have to teach you about Indian time, Trevette.
All right, this is good, but skip ahead to when Walker fights the helicopter, because that's really what we want to see how they describe that.
So this doesn't have the actual teaser. Remember the teaser, it opened on a Billy Grey Wolf, not Grey Hawk.
Right.
Dancing around the fire.
Yeah, maybe they pieced it together later.
Okay, they're describing a fight here. Fantastic. The fight. Walker connects with a karate punch, and Grey Eagle's grasp loosens. Following up quickly, Walker swings a karate kick at the fugitive, and Grey Eagle falls back against a rock.
Hearing it described, it's so even more ridiculous than watching it.
It's fantastic.
This is like our version of The Night Before Christmas.
Yeah.
With a thunderous roar, all caps there. First one ATV, then another, then more charge amid the trees. We tighten through them to Roy's Jeep, map in his lap. He speaks into his cellular phone. The chopper. Cody keeps firing, strafing the area. Walker runs to another tree, aims on the fly, fires the chopper. Walker's shot hits the rotor, and suddenly the whirring noise stops. Cody looks up in anguish. Wider. The chopper wobbles, plummets down through the trees, through the windshield. We see the pilot's head hit, knocking him out. But then the canopy opens, and Cody leaps out, firing as Walker leaps down from the tail of the chopper in a flying kick that sends Cody out for the count. We tighten on Walker's face. So it seems like they had Walker jumping onto the helicopter?
Yeah, that sounds different.
Interesting, yeah. That probably would have taken a little bit more finesse than just him roping the guy off the side of it.
Yeah, there's no rope involved here.
This is what they wrote, and then when they got there, they're like,
We got this lasso.
budget's a little tight this week, guys.
Yeah, we can't actually destroy the helicopter.
Wow.
We did that last week.
I mean, this is pretty awesome.
That's some good nuggets.
Yeah, it's like it reads like a pulp version of a Walker episode. Excellent. Well, thank you, Bob. This is quite the Christmas gift. And I do hope that my description did unboxing videos justice.
I'll say, I've seen a lot of those videos, more than I'd care to admit.
I would read these scripts just for fun. Like, they're pretty entertaining.
You know what you should do is just go down there in the basement sometimes, pop up that mic and put them on there. You have yourself some audiobooks.
Yeah. That's some Patreon stuff right there. Evan reading through the script of Rainbow Warrior.
I would do it. I was really enjoying that. I would do that.
Well, I've got two items here from Evan. I've got an envelope here that was shipped from Littleton, Colorado. And then I've got a small bubble mailer from Arizona. What should I open up first?
I guess the first one from Colorado. Now,
Okay.
To the uninitiated, Adam is in the market for a new vehicle, and I thought that this would really help whatever his choice is really pop.
Okay, let's check it out here. It's a standard issue number 14 envelope. It's not
Classic choice.
It's not a lick adhesive. It's one of the ones that has the strip that you tear away before you.
That's good in these times.
Yeah. Oh my God, what the hell is this? Oh man, they look to be decals of Chuck Norris's autograph for me to appear on any surface that I would require his signature. Ideally, maybe a check. Like this check right here, this could be like for a giant check for $1 million. I could put this huge
like he
one on.
donated to charity, only the charity was just your bank account.
Exactly.
You just stick that sticker on there, it's good to go.
Now, what size are they? I honestly had no concept of how big they would be.
They have two big ones, and the signature is
Oh, that's big. That's good.
two 12-inch Chuck Norris signatures for me to adhere to a surface of my choice.
Car, most definitely.
And then we've got two 6-inch Chuck Norris signatures.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this could go on, my Stratocaster body.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It could go on my body.
Just think of the most valuable thing you own and whether it has that much space on it. And if it doesn't, make that much space.
Right. Yeah, this definitely, Evan, thank you for this. This is, I'm definitely going to have to choose a car that this will pop on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not a black car, I guess.
No. It's a black signature. It looks like actual ink. He might have actually signed each one of these.
He's very consistent.
Yeah. This next bubble mailer is addressed to Adam Uncle Ray Dalton. So that can't be good.
Don't let them tell you that Etsy doesn't do good things.
It's sturdy. They printed out the postage on actual sticker paper, so they sell a lot.
So this isn't their first rodeo? Is that what you're saying?
And I'm feeling a questionable material on the inside of this envelope, and I'm pulling 2 Texas Ranger badges.
Nice.
Yes, these look legit. Different styles here.
One for each nipple.
I think so. Yeah, the more old school Texas Ranger, and then you've got the kind of newer school Texas Ranger badge. Evan, thank you for giving me 2 Ranger badges and some Norris decals. Maybe next time I go to the grocery store, someone is going to have Chuck Norris' signature on their car. So,
Yeah, I mean, you could. I strongly recommend you attach one of those Texas Ranger badges to whatever your code of choice is for the season, and just see if people treat you differently when you have the Texas Ranger badge on.
Check back in. We want to know about the self-esteem boost.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd walk a little taller, I think,
Yeah, that's kind of like people pretending they were like awarded stuff in the military, though, but they actually weren't.
Stolen valor.
There you go. Exactly. It is stolen
you don't
valor.
want to do that.
I mean, if I did, walk into the grocery store with that Texas Ranger badge, someone at the deli is probably going to throw down with me.
That is true. Expect there to be a number of people who just jump out and try to attack you.
We see that badge and
They just want to wreck house,
Well, we've said this multiple times, but it's an unwritten rule that if you can best a Texas Ranger in hand-to-hand combat, they'll drop the assault charges.
Yeah. I mean, Walker literally says that at one point in the Covenant, which just happens to take place on Christmas Eve. So
I see what you did there. Tying it all together.
He's the glue.
All right, I guess I'm next.
yeah,
This is, without a doubt, the largest so far. Packaging is a little roughed up. Not going to lie. The tape looks questionable. I don't know who packed this, but this is going to sound really amazing on the recording. I'm like right up. I'm
that
like
was good. I
running
heard it
against
there.
the microphone. It seems to be wrapped in some sort of paper.
Well, whoever packed that did a really good job.
I don't know if good is the way I describe it, but I will say thorough. All right, some sort of frame. And here's the big reveal. Right guard. Anything less would be uncivilized.
That is actually signed by Chuck Norris.
No.
It is.
No, it does look like it.
I saw it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is insane. It's literally like a magazine advertisement of Chuck Norris pimping Right Guard deodorant. And somebody took that magazine ad to have him sign it somewhere.
That's the best part. That's definitely the best part. What did they go to, like a book signing, or he was like doing some event and they brought...
They didn't buy the book. They just brought.
They just had a magazine. They're like, oh, I got a picture of him here.
Exactly. You may want to check the box. There might be something else in there too.
Yeah, I did see something floating around. Hold on. This feels like something rolled up. Are you trying to tell me something here?
I can smell you from here,
Listen,
boy.
it's quarantine, all right? It's, I don't need to shower every day, okay?
Dude, I just thought, that's got to be put on the wall, first of all, that picture, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm already thinking of places to put it.
Good.
But this is going under my arms because this is some right guard sport.
I mean, I would think
Smells
it should go in the
manly.
bathroom, right? It should go in the powder room.
Yeah, this will go in the powder room, for sure.
The framed signed
Yeah, the
picture should go
picture.
over the
Should go in there,
toilet,
yeah.
definitely.
That's a good way to remember to put your deodorant on every day.
I've got just the place. I can't wait. It's a conversation piece for sure.
Evan, does that kind of remind you of Alec Baldwin? Do you want to tell that story?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So when Adam and I were children, our mother to us, or I think she picked us up from school or something,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Oh, Alec Baldwin is in Kingston." We grew up in like a tiny town in southeastern Massachusetts, and we're like, "Who the heck is that? Like, who's Alec Baldwin?" And she's like, "Oh, he played The Shadow." And of course, we're like, "Oh, cool!"
Yeah.
So I don't know why it was. I think he was campaigning for like Mike Dukakis or something.
Yeah.
and he was like at a senior home or something.
It was a senior home.
It was so weird. And so we went down to see him, and our mom was like, "Oh, you got to bring something for him to sign." And so we found like a Toys R Us catalog with the toys from The Shadow. and we brought them to him, and he signed them with a blue Sharpie. A classy guy. Although our mom said he didn't look too happy about it. I don't remember that. Do you?
Well, I don't remember that either. But yeah, I guess because the movie bombed, and our mom said that he looked like he was a little ashamed of the movie, or maybe ashamed to be signing a page ripped out of a Toys R Us magazine with toys that only covered a quarter of the page.
Well, I'm sure none of the people at the senior center were asking for autographs, so we're the only ones asking him.
Well, they were asking for more than autographs at the senior home.
He was asking them for money for whoever he was campaigning for.
Yeah.
I still have that somewhere. It's like folded up in an autograph book somewhere. It's like the, Shadow action figures with Alec Baldwin's signature on it.
Oh, dude, you got to dig that up, and we got to throw that up on the Instagram.
Okay.
But yeah, when I saw that, I was like, oh, this is just like Alec Baldwin. Chuck Norris must have been at some place where he's doing autographs, and people are coming up with, oh man, well, the TV Guide had him in here advertising deodorant. Let me get him signing that.
I've got this mint deodorant advertisement that you are in.
Well, I think I'm going to try to leave this in our podcast as well, but we got to do another share screen here, guys.
A noble warrior advised, the art of protection springs from within. One must stay vigilant against one's unfragrant perspiration, lest one provoke a hostile response. Thus, the Norris ritual is Right Guard Sports Stick. An aromatic array of the freshest scents and maximum protection against disarming wetness. Confirming the wisdom, the best defense is not to offend. Right Guard Sports Stick. Anything less will be uncivilized.
Wow.
I do remember that tagline, though. Not from him.
That was right when he was starting out Walker.
The best defense is not to offend. Which, when you really break it down, I don't know what that means.
Doesn't hold
Well,
water.
he doesn't want to offend anyone with his stink.
Right. But it's also like the best defense is no offense.
So if someone has bad BO, are they trying to start a fight?
Yeah, they're offensive.
That checks out. If you think of all the guys who come and try to beat up Walker in the show, they look like they stink real bad. They look like they smell like a day-old Italian sub.
They definitely look like they smell bad.
Yeah, with vinegar and hots.
I think so.
Vinegar.
Well, that was certainly interesting. We'd like to give a shout out to our friend and collaborator Adam Lauritsen, who's been drawing the amazing Walkerstrations on our social media. Be sure to check out his other art on Instagram at @ImaginationRunAmok. When we come back, we here at Roundhouse Roulette may just have a holiday gift for you, too.
You caught me delivering presents to Walker's ranch house. I know he doesn't like intruders, but North Pole code dictates I must deliver to every house. He never leaves any cookies either. Trevette at least leaves a wheatgrass shake. But I digress. As you may know, the well-behaved boys at Roundhouse Roulette are powered by a love of Walker Texas Ranger. So pure, it'd make even an angel right its wrongs.
You hear something, Uncle Ray?
No, Washo. Perhaps just the spirits of the night.
Oh, I better keep it down. Paired with the fellowship of listeners like you, they've had a blast following Walker's adventures thus far. If you'd like to lend them a hand in kicking the podcast to new ridiculous heights, please share it with a friend or leave them a kind review on Apple Podcasts. If you'd like to further help, they recently added some fresh new merchandise at roundhouseroulette.com. Or, for a few bucks a month, you can help them bring the podcast to you every week on their Patreon page. Who knows? You may even hear Evan read from a Walker script. All those things help to cover editing, artwork, blogs, and web hosting. I don't know what that is. and further their goal of delivering the light of Walker to the world. More importantly, though, thank you for listening. They really have nothing else better to do. That wheatgrass shake is not sitting well in my stomach. Oh, no. I'm sure Walker wouldn't mind if old Santy uses his water closet. Maybe it's over here. Ow!
Got him.
Keep it down, Washo. I'm trying to enjoy my podcast.
Oh, Santa may be in breach of contract this year, boys and girls. I may have to enact the Norris Clause. It wouldn't be the first time he subbed for me. Happy holidays. I'll let you get back to the show.
Welcome back. That was very weird. As promised, we've got a surprise for you. We secretly recorded a Christmas album 12 years ago. It's the ultimate Christmas regift. On Thanksgiving 2008, under the name Three Wise Men, we recorded the old Yuletide EP at Nashville's famed Blackbird Studio. Until now, this EP has only existed in bootleg circles, but as our gift to you is now available for free download at our site and or wherever you stream music, we thought it would be fun to reminisce and talk about what led to the creation of our original track, The Day Santa Met Jesus. Do you guys remember how we all happened to be in Nashville on Thanksgiving with session time?
I moved to Nashville to intern at Blackbird Studios. So in 2008, a lot of my close friends and roommates still work there. And I believe that's how we got hooked up with the studio time on Thanksgiving, because generally people don't want to record on the holidays. So we knew we had the session time. And Bob, you were living in Nashville at the time too as well, right?
Yeah, I think I had just gotten down there. I don't think I was still on your couch. I think I was only on your couch for like a week.
Yeah. And Evan, I think maybe we found out we had session time and we're like, oh, you should just come to Nashville and let's just do a Christmas thing.
I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I took I think it was a Greyhound bus from Indianapolis to Nashville. And it was like overnight. I just remember,
sounds lovely.
I just remember trying not to make eye contact with anybody.
Good move.
But I do remember a crazy woman lecturing me about Jeff Tweedy. And I remember another person asking me, because I brought my bass with me, and they asked if it was a guitar. And I begrudgingly said it was a bass, but they didn't hear that. And they just talked to me for about an hour about guitars. And then they just stopped. And I just went back to staring out the window.
Sounds like a great trip. Sounds like you had a great time on the bus.
So we're like, hey, why don't we just use this Thanksgiving to record a Christmas theme?
Yeah, I think I had just gotten down there and I didn't have the money or a way to get back anyway.
It was kind of like, well, I just got here, so why go back?
Yeah, exactly.
It was a good time. We were recording on Thanksgiving Day, but then was it at the studio itself or just outside it? There was a huge table set up and...
Yeah, at the studio, because my roommate, Leland, at the time, had gotten all our roommates over there to record, and he was working on some stuff, and we all had like a big Thanksgiving dinner at the studio, which one of my friends texted me this year, our friend Nate, and I mean, talk about COVID Thanksgiving, like I stayed home, you stayed home, Bob, you stayed home for Thanksgiving too, right? So it was kind of well, not really a Thanksgiving when you can't be with your family, but he texted me this year and said, so there was a Thanksgiving more bullshit than this one. It was the one where I had to work mixing a country demo called Big Red Bow, a Christmas song about how all I want for Christmas is you, wrapped in a big red bow. Oof. I will take the COVID Thanksgiving over that one any year. I guess the song was like a terrible country demo for a Christmas song that he had to record on Thanksgiving. The same night we were doing our Christmas album, I texted him back. So So we were having a good time recording our Christmas stuff, and he was just having to listen to the worst Christmas song over and over again.
Was he at the same studio? Was he working there then? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he actually ate Thanksgiving dinner with us on his break. So
right, and we all sat on one side of the table, like the Last Supper.
We knew we had to write one original Christmas song because that's what all Christmas albums do. They like, oh, well, we wrote one original one, and then we can phone in every other song by just covering other Christmas songs. So I think we selected the songs by choosing mainly ones that were in the public domain, so we didn't have to pay for the rights. But we also did Chuck Berry's Run, Rudolph, Run. What was the genesis of The Day Santa Met Jesus, Evan?
I think we just wanted a song that was really over the top. And I think we were thinking about whether we wanted to do songs that were religious songs or songs that weren't. I think at one point we were talking about doing a Christmas album that was all like the non-religious sort of commercialized songs.
Yeah.
And then one that was all the religious songs. And then we decided to smash the two things together into a smash single where the commercial world meets the reason for the season.
Yeah, I mean, The Day Santa Met Jesus.
There you have it.
How did we come up with you singing all the tunes, Evan, in a terrible Southern accent?
It may have had something to do with the bus ride down.
I think I was newly moved to Nashville, Bob, too, and we're like, well, we're in Nashville, so we should just sing with terrible Southern accents to be funny.
I should have sung about a big red bow, apparently.
Yeah. But you guys lay down some sick harmonies on Oh Holy Night. That's probably my favorite cut because you guys do some vocal harmonies. So insane.
Those were overdubbed later on in your closet, I think, right?
Yeah, we were definitely in a closet. That's for
Those
sure.
didn't have that Blackbird magic. We didn't have like a $10,000 preamp or whatever.
Yeah. So speaking of which, though, what was it like to go over to Blackbird and then have free reign of all these instruments and stuff?
I thought it was great. There was at least one or two interns there that were like into it. They were just like there to work.
Yeah.
And I felt bad. But they were just like, they were probably just doing it so Leland would like, give them the shifts they wanted or whatever.
Yeah, they were like, oh, well, yeah, we'll come over there so you guys can mess around on Thanksgiving. They pretty much just set us up, got the sounds, and we kind of just messed around for that evening recording the tracks and whatnot. The main one, of course, being The Day Santa Met Jesus, we knew we had to get. But we also cut Run, Rudolph, Run, Oh Holy Night, and a version of Joy to the World, which, Evan, you rock out a ridiculous Moog synth solo.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you took Wally the robot and put him in a blender.
So we pretty much laid down the bass, drums, and guitar for all four songs and then finished them back at my closet at our apartment.
What was it called? The Ashwood Manor? No, Ashwood?
The Ashwood Lounge.
The Ashwood Lounge, yeah.
And we knew we needed an album cover. We decided that what if each of us were one of the three wise men on the cover bringing gifts for the baby Jesus? And that's kind of what we did. And Evan, you're holding like a roll of toilet paper as an offering, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's more practical than frankincense.
Yeah,
it's very forward thinking, very 2020 thinking of you.
Yeah,
actually, wow,
that's true. That's total gold.
It is gold. And then we filmed like a really terrible one-camera video in my room at the house. I remember Bob edited the video on a white laptop, like Trevette's Box of Donuts laptop that Mondo was talking about. And I was photoshopping really terrible, like just bad images for you to put in over the video that went with the lyrics. And that's what ended up being the music video, which apparently we put up on December 11th, 2008. And currently has 2 likes, 2 thumbs up, no thumbs down, and 633 views, all me. So.
That's a lot of views.
over 12 years.
Oh my gosh.
It's like people just stumbled upon it. They must have.
Yeah. Are there any comments? 5 years ago. Victoria Rodriguez. Cool song. I enjoy it. Great job. Can't wait to hear more. Rock on, fellas. Okay.
Who are people on the internet? Like, who are these people?
What are the odds that someone who found that actually liked it and then commented?
Yeah,
like
well,
the
zero.
odds of that are so slim.
Yeah,
I don't know.
someone says, "Oh, you guys, we must know that person." And then Ryan Murphy says, "I strongly approve."
Big hit.
Huge success.
Yeah, most
It's really
definitely.
taken off. I think at the time we were hoping it would go viral, but that clearly did not happen.
Because most of the times when you're trying to get something to go viral, it goes viral. We know that that's how it works, right?
Yeah.
Right. Every time.
We'll definitely put up the music video and all this stuff up on our episode page on the website, and should be up on Spotify. But being that we judged a bunch of Christmas songs harshly earlier, how do you think our EP holds up?
It's an 11 out of 10.
It is. It's probably the best thing that's ever been made for the holidays, right?
Yeah,
sure.
definitely. I remember getting like 20 copies and mailing them all out. It's probably the last time I mailed anything to anybody for Christmas.
Besides Walker scripts, though.
Right.
Yeah.
I've done exactly one other.
We made a ton of CDs for this. We didn't sell any, but all of our families have copies. So it was very
I mailed
popular.
them out. I have a friend of mine who's my age, but now has kids. And he told me a few years ago, so I was like, yeah, we still listen to it on Christmas. Like, hey, it's better than Paul McCartney.
There's some diversity to the EP for sure, but we wanted it to be up there for posterity on the digital streaming platforms. So we had to break into the new era. So I remember we had a blast recording it for sure, though.
That was really fun. I love playing music, and I always loved playing music when there was like a product at the end too. So
Oh yeah, you are that corporate shill.
Yeah.
never made a dime from it, but yeah, sure.
No. When you have a purpose to doing it, it is good. We'd like to thank Leland Elliott for making that magical Thanksgiving session happen, and Todd Sapera for helping us engineer. Both those guys have gone on to work on some crazy big projects and are amazing engineers and just fellas. So, our friend Megan Frazier actually guests on Run Rudolph Run, singing the line, "A little baby doll that can cry, sleep, drink, and wet."
That's right. How about that?
And we'd like to send her and her family our holiday love, most especially their new real-life baby doll, Max.
Cool.
So congratulations, guys, and happy first Christmas, Max.
Well, we hope you enjoyed our first holiday special, at least as much as the steaming pile of garbage that was the Star Wars holiday special. And be sure to let us know how our old Yuletide EP stands up against Bing Crosby on social media or by emailing us at roundhouseroulette@gmail.com. We hope you'll join us next time when we return to our normal format, recapping and reviewing another action-packed Walker, Texas Ranger episode. Share your opinions with us on Facebook and Instagram at Roundhouse Roulette and on Twitter at RoundhousePod. And rate and review us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your fine podcasts. Thanks for listening, and until Christmas,
Happy holidays,
and may the eyes of the Ranger
be upon you.
When you're in Texas, look behind you. Oh, 'cause that's where the Ranger's gonna be.
Krampus.